Hello. It is Monday. How are you? Come in, come in, come in. Hello, hello. Hi, Terry. Hi, Ruth. Hi, Rhonda. Peggy. Hello, Ava. A sunny and warm Monday in Indiana. It was sunny and warm here, too. Hi, Tori. It is a beautiful day. It was an absolutely gorgeous day today. It absolutely was. I'm just printing off some pictures here. I hope you're doing well. Hello, Linda. How's everybody? I hope you're having a great day. I do. I was just printing off some pictures for using in the collage journal. I think I'm about to be 100% finally. I think my body is 100% finally. Uh-oh. Why are you? My printer all of a sudden decided to do its own thing. No, apparently not. Okay. Hello, Starla. I sound almost normal again. It's good to be almost normal. I was looking for a picture of Chance to use in this, and I know I have zillions of pictures of him. Zillions and zillions and zillions of pictures. But if you think I can put my finger on one right this minute, I will. If you give me just a second, I really want to find a picture of him. A good picture, not just I took a lot of pictures of him right before we lost him. But I really want, one of those really good pictures, one of the ones where he's just has this, typical Chance kind of look. Here we go. Okay, I got one. Okay, got it. I got one. All right, there we go. So as soon as it prints, then I can plug my little printer back in and I'm good. You've never been accused of being normal, Ruth? Well, there you go. I am feeling infinitely better, which is so nice to feel a lot better. I didn't think, man, that was a bug. That was a bug and a half, let me tell you. Okay, my little printer, it says my printer is hot and it'll print when it's done, when it cools down. It's like, okay, take your time. So anyway, it's Monday. Yeah, and I'm finally feeling better. Hello, Angela. Good to see you. And life it was just an onslaught there for a little bit. Anyway, so we're going to just jump right in because I think we'll get some stuff done tonight. I hope. Okay, why are you being obstinate? We'll see. I'm printing from my little Sprocket printer, which is just, I haven't used it for a little bit, so it's just kind of being a little contrary. Yeah, so let's jump in. I have, as I've told you, I've been going through stuff, cleaning stuff out, doing doing the do. And I thought that one of the things that would be kind of fun as I've been finding things is just to share some of them with you. Some are things that people have sent to me. Some are things that I've made with you guys. And so I thought that I would share another couple of things with you tonight from the blast from the past. Okay? Blast from the past. Okay, let's get rid of the phone. We should be all good. So what I'm going to show you here is this, and I've got a sunshine coming in from a window, but you know, it's okay. This is a little book that we did. I do not remember what was the inspiration for this. I have no idea. I don't remember. This is on stream. I will have to go back at some point and find out. I used to be really good about writing things down, so I knew where the inspiration came from, but I don't remember. Exactly, Ruth. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Dorothy. It does. It loses the charge, the little sprocket. We're talking about the little portable printer that prints 2.5 by 3.5 images. It's this size. It's this size image, or 2 by 3. Sorry, 2 by 3, 2 inches by 3 inches, and they're stickers, which I absolutely love it. I don't think you can buy them anymore unless you find them. You know, on the secondary market, but or if somebody has a stock of them. But I love that little printer. Anyway. So I made this at some point, and I thought I would share it with you. It may have come inspired from a magazine, but I don't know. This is on YouTube somewhere, but it's a while back. Anyway, this is paste paper, a piece of paste paper here on the front, and this could be paste paper or jelly print. I don't know which it is on the back, and cardstock covers. And this I know is paste paper. These are all papers. Everything in here is papers that I have created. My favorite image, hands. And these are envelopes. So those are envelopes that I made. And this is mixed media paper, the Canson mixed media paper. And I bound the envelope into the book before I ever closed up the envelope. It was, as I recall, kind of a tricky make, but it's been a while. Hello, Connie. Good to see you. And then these are tags, again, that are from papers that I did. I don't remember what the structure is. It's an accordion. I made an accordion binding structure and then bound these things together. I don't know. It's been a while. Anybody remember this? Maybe some of you do. Anyway, the envelopes are Canson mixed media paper. I think most of these were roll-offs from when I was jelly plate printing. Same thing. I haven't done, populated the book with anything, but they're all envelopes of papers that I made and tags that are papers that I did. I'm so glad I found this because I love this little book. I'm going to have to go back and find the recording, find the inspiration, and do it again. Hey, Barbara, good to see you. I hope you have. Yeah, I think it was before you were hanging out with me, Rhonda. Good to see you, Barbara. I hope you have a good sleep. Maybe I can talk you to sleep. So again, more tags, and then another envelope, and more tags. So there is a tag on each side of this fan, the binding piece. So they're, can you see that? So they're glued to each side of that and then glued together at the top. Same thing. See? So there's two tags, one on each side. And there's another envelope. This may have come, the inspiration may have come from a Somerset magazine, Somerset Studio. More tags. So the great part about this, for me, is getting to go back and see how I used the roll-off papers that I did when I was doing other things, and reviewing. So this is a piece of paste paper. 2016, September of 2016. So that would give us an idea of when it was created. Anyway, so it's a neat binding structure. And then there's, these are rayon ribbons, like seam binding, rayon seam binding, that I put under the couple of the stitches, and that's what holds the book. Otherwise, it would just make a big, you know, it would just accordion out. It would be really long because there is some play in it. You can see how it kind of has some give. See how the stitches give a little bit. But having that rayon seam binding helps give it some structure and hold it together. Anyway, you don't remember it? Yeah, it's back. You know, we might be able to find it in September of 2016. Anyway, I just thought I would show that to you because I found it and I thought we should look at it. Here's another book that I made. And this one I made when I was in a group here in my local area. And this book was done because we were going to explore a book together. And it was one of the Rebecca, oh, what's her name? Rebecca. She does a line of Rebecca? She does a line of stencils with either Joggles or I think maybe the Crafter's Workshop. Can't remember. Anyway, she's written a couple of books on mixed media techniques. I think it's Rebecca somebody. When did I switch from Ustream? I don't know. It was a long time ago. It was, yeah. I don't know when I switched. You've been watching since 2015, Barbara. Have you really? Wow. That is 10 years, girl. Wow. That's a lot of Barb to watch. So anyway, I made this book so that Fabric Art Collage, Rebecca Meyer. See, if I just opened the book, I would be able to tell you. Rebecca Meyer. And this I did in 2013-14. And what we were doing was exploring techniques in Rebecca's book. So I made this book, and it's all done with, let's see, duck cloth. So I made the pages from duck cloth and stitched them in, made signatures. Okay, so there's like part of the book, and then there's a signature. There's one signature right there. So let's see if I think maybe there's 1, 2, 3, 4. I think there's 5 signatures. Can I tell here? Yeah, 5. Look at the other side, Barb. 5 signatures. And it was all, I prepared the pages using sprays and stamps, mostly spray inks and stencils, and then some stamping and so forth. So this was just background for the book. And the covers of the book, I think, what did I make? I think this is Grunge Board, which was a Tim Holtz product, I think, that I covered with more of the duck cloth. This was brown duck cloth. and I did jelly plate printing on that, I think is what I did. Anyway, so the whole point of this was to make samples of the various pages in the book. Hello, Catherine. You've been here since 2014? Wow. You guys, I appreciate you. I really do. So this was embossed felt from Hobby Lobby, both of these, and this was using different kinds of paints and stuff to highlight the embossing. So that was one of the exercises, was to use embossed felt and then play with different kinds of paints. So metallics, Worn Penny, Folk Art Metallic, Blue Topaz, you can see some blue in there, and Emperor's Gold. So that's what I did on those. So you can buy these embossed felts and then you can use them to do stuff. So, and this was stenciling with paint, and so this is my map over here, and then this is what I did. So this was craft paint. This was Liquitex Basic, Cyanin Green, or however you say it, Golden Fluid Acrylic, Cobalt Turquoise, and this is Golden Teal Tube Acrylic. And then the edges I dry brushed with Basics paint around with and Liquitex ink. The ink was the best. So around this. So I just did that. And I also fixed most of these pages in here so that I could see the back side as well as see the pages. And the pages, when I created these pages, I zigzag stitched around the edges of the pages so they could fray, but they wouldn't come completely apart. They wouldn't fray into nothingness. This says art on here. I don't know if you can see that. I think you can. And I like that, so I just left it. This is embossed felt, but this was embossed felt that I embossed. So this was not commercially done. So this was regular felt that I embossed. So I dampened the wool felt with water and then ran it through my die cutting machine with a Tim Holtz embossing folder. Then I dried it and added water to Perfect Pearls, which is a Ranger product, to make paint, and then just pulled it across so I could see the texture. And this was Bronze and Gold Perfect Pearls with water. So those were put through embossing folders. The thing that the embossing folders limit you on is it limits you on the size of the piece of felt that you can emboss. But it's a lot of fun. You can get some really cool effects. And so I'll just page through this because I think that's probably about where I finished sticking things into the book. I have some other samples I'll show you, but I kind of lost interest. I don't know, maybe the group lost interest. I don't remember why I didn't continue putting things in this book. But one of the things that I love about this book is I love going back and just looking at it. I had a lot of fun creating the pages and making the book, and I love the ravelly edges. That was a lot of fun to do. I do remember that it took me a long time to make this book. I do remember that. So this is just duck cloth or canvas. You can use canvas like painter's drop cloth type canvas. And when it ravels out, you just pull off the string and throw it away. Like the drop cloth that painters will use to put on the floor when they're painting walls or ceilings or whatever. You can also use that. No problem with that. So that was that little book. And here's some other examples of things that I should have put in the book. I don't know. I don't know exactly what I did here. These are notes that correspond to it, but I'd have to go back and remember. This is that stiff felt, the craft felt from Hobby Lobby or Michael's that's really stiff. That's what this one is. So clearly we were exploring felt. And there's another piece. This is wool felt. And this is wool felt. This is probably stamped with bleach. And it has cut marks in it, so I don't know exactly what, I don't know where the cut marks came from on this one. Anyway, but this is probably done with bleach, or soft scrub is probably what it was. Soft scrub has bleach in it. And this is another piece of that stiff felt in white, and then just sprayed with water, and then just some random sprays on it. So anyway, those need to go in the book. If I ever figure out what pages they were. Anyway, there you go. Go to a painting company and ask them for their old drop cloths. Yeah, absolutely. Someone's selling an embroidery book made with cloth pages. Oh, that's cool. So, walk down memory lane with those. And one other thing I thought I'd give you a quick look at, and then that I found when I was starting to move. I have this whole tub of these, and I have saved these magazines literally for years. They came from somewhere in Clausman's family. And I have saved these. They're nature magazines, and it says on there's an envelope that a bunch of these, there's a whole tub full of these. It says 1930s nature magazines of Dad's. Keep. I don't know who Dad is. Wasn't my dad. These came from somebody in Clausman's family. And so I thought I would show these to you. We'll do a quick look through. So this was July of 1898, and I literally have kept these forever. Since they came into my possession, I've had them. I've made copies of some of them, made photographs from some of the images, but they're just such interesting old books. Chicago College of Commerce and Shorthand School. Any of you remember shorthand? So some interesting advertisements and the way the pages were done. You know, these pages weren't even cut. These pages weren't even cut apart. Find that interesting. And here's a Wilson snipe. Life size, and a lot of interesting articles, and some of them are kind of scary, some of them are kind of ugly, but I find stuff like this fascinating. I don't know what to do with these magazines, to tell you the truth. There's, Ocelot. They are falling apart, but look at that. I know that I have copied this and used this a bunch of times. 1898. Yep, 1898 for that one. Birds and all nature. And here's another one. This was September of 1898. I'll just kind of flip through it from the back. But they are, the paper is getting so brittle. So, birth of the American flag, charts of the North American birds, another scary squirrel, and Pectoral Sandpiper. There you go. And then you have these weird poems. I killed a robin, the little thing, with scarlet breast on a glossy wing that comes in the apple tree to sing. I flung a stone as he twittered there. I only meant to give him a scare, but off it went and hit him square. A little flutter, a little cried. And I mean, that's a terrible poem. I'm just saying, it's terrible. That's terrible. Why would they publish that? I mean, look at that. Some of these are really ugly. That doesn't anymore look like a fox than, I don't know. Anyway, so yeah. They're still fascinating, even though they're kind of ugly in some ways. Raccoon. I don't know if those were in a museum or what the deal was. Anyway, there's that one. And we'll take a quick look at this one, and then I have another one I'll show you. So this was from October of 1898. Seems like there were some more. Seems like there were some other butterflies that I had that I copied in some of these. Armadillo. The armadillos didn't used to be in our area, but now they are. And in the spring, I think it is, we see so many. There's another one where it's not been cut. So many armadillos on the road anymore. Look at the tail feathers on that. So anyway, there's one. Those are some of the bird books. And then these nature magazines. This image I've used a number of times. The contents are weird, aren't they? Yeah. This is from June of 1932. Do not feed the animals, and this little girl is touching the elephant. Maybe she's not feeding it, but she is touching it. But I think some of the ads are as fascinating as the images are in here. But there is a ton of, a whole tub full of these. I've used this one also, the great blue heron. There's an owl eating a snake. You know, they used to print some stuff, right? They surely did. Why they survived, that could be some interesting things. But some of these being black and white would be good for sketching practice, or you could just do some interesting things. Hummingbirds, ruby-throated hummingbirds. So anyway, there's that one. So there's some beautiful images in here. Here's another one. The covers are really beautiful. This is December of 1931. So I don't know what to do with these. I truly don't. I have held on to them. I moved them over here. There's all about different kinds of quail and prairie chickens. Anyway, interesting magazines. Don't know what to do with them. There's this whole thing full of them, and then there was another thing of magazines that I came across also. Yeah, I don't know. Well, this is more of the birds ones. I don't know. It's just so interesting. But what do you do with stuff like this? I think I go through these things where, I shouldn't cut them up. I shouldn't cut them up. I should save them. Well, guess what? If I don't use them, somebody coming after me, you know what they're going to do? They're going to put the whole bunch of things in a dumpster. Because they will be absolutely meaningless for someone else. Anyway, so there you go. What do you think I should do with them? keep them and enjoy them and make copies and use the copies. Possums on the half shell. That's right. Possum on the half shell. Okay, so let's do some collage this journal. This is the journal that I think was it last Monday or Friday. I don't know when it was we started in this. Rhonda wouldn't be able to let him go. Yeah. They are cool old books. They really are. So this is a book that we started working in Monday or Friday or whatever. And so this was what we did, this page. And I invited you, if you wanted to get a book of your own. I think you have to get them through thrift books or someplace like that. Or you could just take a piece of cardstock and do something, on a piece of cardstock. So, need a helping head, a lot on your mind, fill the heads with stuff. And so that's what I've been doing. I've filled the heads with stuff. So this is, in case you have trouble making it out, that's a purple cow. This was a face. This all came from my collage junk. So this was from a Breathe magazine, I think. And these were all just a collection of butterflies that I stuck in here. These were just flowers. I love that image of the dahlias with a couple of butterflies. And then I stuck some tulips that were napkin in here and a piece of Tim Holtz tissue paper on the background. And this was an image that I had that I absolutely loved. I'd screenshot this from something, and this was carved into a tree. So that image right there was carved into tree, into the middle of a trunk of a tree. And so I cut that out and just stuck it on after I stuck a background on. So let's see if we can finish these two heads here. So let me get my collage stuff. So here's one of my collage baskets. I did it on Friday. Okay, thanks, Ruth. I'm telling you, I can't remember from... The days get so, I quite frankly am still trying to figure out where I live. Although I'm here 99.9% of the time now, which is really good. Yeah, it's really good. It's good to be in one spot. Okay, let's look through this basket and see what we can find, and see if I can find some stuff that, here's all the butterflies. And this is some of those hands and flowers. And okay, we'll do some of that. My journaling has taken a real backseat lately. And so I'm having to, I got to get my act together on my journaling, because I have not been journaling as well as I should. There's some really pretty butterflies. And the journaling is something that is essential to my mental health. This must have been things that different people sent to me. Oh, this is a good one. Good vibes inside. We should use that. Okay, and... Okay, let's see if we can make something out of the stuff that I pulled out. And maybe I'll put these houses in there. Okay, let's see if we can come up with something. See if we can do it. All right. So this is the journal. Let me get rid of my collage stuff. This is the book that we're filling the heads. It is good to be here and have everything working. It is good to have everything working. That's the best part. That is the best part. Okay, so we have good vibes inside, and maybe let's see if we can. It's good to have good vibes inside your home, you know? I woke up. Do you guys ever do this where you wake up and you just have some crazy idea on your head, in your mind? That happened to me yesterday. I woke up yesterday morning. We were going to get ready to go to church, and all of a sudden I looked over at this space in the bedroom, because the bedroom is a big space, and I thought, wow, it would be really great if we could. I bet this couch that I have at my house would fit in this space. And so you know how you do. You get your phone out and you Google, what's the size of a couch? The standard 3-cushion couch, because I didn't know. And so I looked it up, and then I knew where the tape measure was. And so I went and got that, and I measured the space, and according to what Mr. Google said, it should work. And I'm like, that would be pretty cool to have that, I think. I think that would be pretty cool. So don't you know that before the day was out, that's exactly what we did. We moved a couch and a trunk. I have a trunk full of pictures. That's functioned as a coffee table, but it is a trunk that I've painted. It's a long story. It was back to my painting days when I was my toll painting days, and it's all done in oil paint, and it's the 4 seasons, and all I've done is take a piece of tracing paper here and just cut the shape, or trace the shape of that face right there, so that I have some idea what size I want the background to be. And so this trunk, I had to unload the pictures out of it because it was heavy. It's heavy anyway, but when it's full of pictures, that is how bad I am about the pictures. They're just loose inside the trunk. And so anyway, a friend of ours, young guy, helped. We went out for lunch with him after church, and then we said something about coming over and moving. I'm just going to cut this out just to have background. Moving this couch and moving this trunk. And he said, well, can I help you? And I'm like, well, I think I'm not going to turn that down. That's an offer I can't refuse. And so he did. He came over and sweetly helped us get this couch, because up the steps, because it had to go. It's not a hide-a-bed. Fortunately, it was not a hide-a-bed. If it had been a hide-a-bed, it would have been a whole other problem. It was just a couch. And so I'm just going to glue that in there just so it has something in the background. This is the kind of thing that I don't worry about a whole lot. And so I'm just gonna, whatever shows up doing this is what's gonna go in this book. One of the reasons that it hasn't been filled in up to now is because I was waiting to make it perfect. Well, you know what? Perfect is highly overrated, and we're not going to do that. We're just going to stick things in. All right. So, glue stick. So, we got a colorful image there, and then there's kind of houses back there. Good vibes inside, which I think is good for a head. and have a house there, and I think that's good. I like that. Okay, that's all I'm gonna do on this, because I think that's good. So we're gonna put this little house, collection of houses, since I've been moving, it seems appropriate. So we got the couch loaded into the truck, and then of course the truck was, I think this is a sticker, we're going to find out. Yeah, it is. And so they got it into the truck, the bed of the truck, and then don't you know that there is no, none of the three of us have with us rope or bungee cords or any manner of anything that would tie the couch in. And so the young man that was helping us is named Kyle. And so Kyle looks around in the garage and he sees battery cables that are on the garage, on the shelf. And so he reaches over and grabs the battery cables, and so he fashions a way to kind of tie in the battery cables. I mean, use the battery cables as kind of a rope sort of affair. It was pretty funny. It was pretty funny, if I do say so myself. But it worked, you know? It worked. Okay, so we're going to go back to this one, and I'm going to use another piece of this tracing paper, and I'm going to just outline the shape of this head right here. Isn't that funny? Who thought about, I never would have thought of using battery cables as a type of rope. And you know, it worked, because the ends on the cables hooked onto the truck, the bed of the truck, and kind of held that couch in place. And we went through town. We didn't go on the highway, so there wasn't a problem with that. Of course, once we got over here to the new house, the new to me house, then we had to unload it out of the truck. So yeah, there is that. Okay, let's just cut this. This really will be a collage on this one, because there's going to be some words and some, I don't know where these images came from. I think they came from the Breathe magazine. Do you have a large congregation at your church? It's a pretty good sized congregation. Yeah, it is. It's pretty good sized. I think the attendance is one thing. The membership, I think, is about 1,000 people, and that is a much different situation than it was when I was there a long time ago. Long time ago when I was there, if we had 200 or 300 people, it was really saying something. Okay, that's the wrong one. This one. I'm going to, I don't really know what I'm doing here, so I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to cut out some stuff. Cut out a shape, and then we'll figure out how to make it all go together. Yeah, back when I was going to this church years and years ago, I played the piano for the church service, and that has all gone away, and so they now have a praise band, which is pretty typical of a lot of churches now. They've gone to more of a praise band style thing, as opposed to as opposed to, your traditional kind of service. Okay, I'm just going to cut this off. The church now has 3 services, 8:30, 10, and 11:30, and the parking is now becoming quite the challenge, because you have a hard time getting one service out and the people out before the next group comes in, and it's the challenges of growth. It's just the challenges of growth in a church. Hello, Brenda. Good to see you. All right, I just want to have this as a reminder, because I've been slacking. I've been slacking on the writing. So I'm going to put this in here somewhere. Write your way to well-being. That is absolutely 100% true. A 20-minute practice can make you happier, healthier, and more resilient. I think I'll put this in here somewhere too, because that has proven to be 100% accurate. But man, oh man, I have been slacking on that. And you know what? I can tell it. I can tell it. Okay, let's just collage this, or glue it in here. And then we're going to call this little page part of this done. I probably will come back to it and add more stuff in the future. But it's okay to continue to work in your journals. No journal is ever completely done, in my opinion. I just move on. I get tired of doing things and I just simply move on. So let's add this one. But I often come back too and revisit a page, or revisit just revisit sometimes. I have an old journal that I've had forever. I found it the other day, and I'm going to actually rework a bunch of those pages, because sometimes when you've moved on, you need to cover up some of the old stuff, So that's one of the reasons that I have this whole big bunch of collage fodder scraps and stuff. And the reason I saved it, because I thought, it doesn't make good stuff to put under or over something else in some of these old journals that I really don't think I'll keep, the way that they are. I think it's time to allow them to let those pages have new life. Okay, so how about if we take, I was explaining when I ran across these pictures, these are life-size dolls that I did years ago. They were advertisements, or to to use in an advertising way for a book that was published by a publishing outfit in Kansas City. And so I just think that I'd like to put them in here because it is about Need a Helping Head. So I think we should put them in here. I did these dolls a long time ago. They're over 5 feet tall, and yeah, they were quite the undertaking. We started with a pattern from a doll artist named Julie McCullough. She had a life-size doll pattern. She was in Nebraska back then. I don't know if she still is, but because I know she moved away at one point. It seemed like she moved back. Anyway, she and the doll club that she was part of did this incredible life-size tea party or dinner. I think it was like I don't know. They were life-size dolls, and they did this meal of some kind or tea party or something. And there was at least 6 people around this regular dining table, and it was in a store window. And it was hysterical. I stood there and looked at that for the longest time. And all the dolls all the people are life-size. There were male and female. They had made, I don't know if they made all the dishes or if they used regular dishes. I don't remember. But they had the food and everything on the table that I guess they had, I don't know, they'd used props of some kind probably. But the funny part was they had taken the table legs for the table, and they had surrounded the legs with a sculpted leg, like a doll leg. So they, had, instead of table legs, they were like people legs on the 4 legs. So there was one guy that I was at the head of the table, and he's reaching over. Obviously, he was kind of a dirty old man, and he reaches over to kind of, feel up the lady to his right or left, whichever, but he got the table leg and stuff instead. So he's got this funny expression on his face as he's feeling up the table leg. So funny. So funny. I stood there. I mean, you had to really stand there and look at it, or you would just completely miss some of the things that were there. Okay, we're going to put her right there. Her name is Eleanor. I do remember that. Yeah, that was so funny, though. Gosh, the sense of humor that some of those people had when they put that together was just a riot. Okay, so there we have one of the heads, and then let's use this one, and let's put her over here, just, for grins. Okay, so we're going to stick her right here. Okay, so that's kind of fun. And then what I may do eventually is come back and shade around things, or I may add some more stuff to it. Yeah. The time in your truck is going to be wrong for the next 6 months. Yeah, the time changed this weekend, didn't it? It's always the nemesis of, yeah. I always hate it when the time changes this direction. It's not so bad. I don't like it so much when it goes the other way either, because it gets dark so early. But losing that hour sometimes is a little rugged to make that adjustment. You guys have trouble with that at all? All right, we'll stick all this stuff back in the collage basket. And we're going to go to another page. And that is, let's see. Oh, I was going to do this one too. We'll see how much time we have left. Let me mark that one because I thought we might collage the letters there. This one. Do you ever wish you could bottle a moment? I think this is a great page. And so I printed out a bunch of pictures because that is what I want to do here. Sharon Bennett, hey girl, how are you? My goodness, good to see you. Sharon Bennett and I met in person a long time ago. Your brain is fully automatically adjusting to time by an hour. The time changes again. No joke. No joke. No kidding. Okay, so we're going to bottle some moments here. Okay, so I have some photographs, and most of them are stickers. This little picture right here, this one may not work, although I love it. I may just add it in the book. This little picture right here is when my granddaughter, who was 4 in this picture, she was about 4. Let's see. I don't know if she was quite 4 or if I'm not sure. But anyway, this little outfit, I took her shopping with me. And I let her pick out the fabric. And so she picked out, this is a red pinafore over a pink satin dress. So she picked that out. She liked that. And she felt it, she liked the way those fabrics felt. And then she picked out the pattern, and so I made the dress for her and the pinafore. That the pinafore was like a velveteen type. I think it was velveteen. May have been velvet. I don't know. Don't remember for sure. And then we went shopping, and I was going to get her some new white tights. I was going to get her shoes, but she had shoes. And so we went shopping, and we got white tights. I think we got a new petticoat that went under this, I think. And then this was a muff. She had never heard of a muff. And so that had a string, a loop that went around her neck so she could hold that and put her hands inside the muff to keep her hands warm. And then a hat that was fur-lined around the top. And so she was all decked out, showing off her outfit. And so this was the day when her, must have been the day that we went shopping to get all of that. And when I got her dressed, she backed up at the three-way mirror. And she doesn't know that anybody's listening because she's just in her own little world. And she backs up and she's looking at, the infinite pictures of herself. And she says, whispering to herself, she says, "I look so beautiful." It was the most precious moment. It was truly one of those moments that you do want to bottle. And I think maybe I bought this little purse for her that she's got hanging around her neck too. But I couldn't tell you for sure. Couldn't tell you for sure. But is that not the sweetest little image? I look so beautiful. And you know what? Now she has a little girl that is almost this same size. Isn't that sweet? So I definitely would like to bottle this moment. I have a framed picture of her in this outfit that is on my mantle. Okay, so we have a little bottled moment. You found a picture of you aged 1 in 1933. That is cool. I'm famous. Long time since I was around. Yes, he did. Yeah. Yeah, he sure did. We lost him. And then I have remarried, and I'm very, very blessed with having another chance to experience something that a lot of people never get to experience a second time. Okay, the story behind this picture, this is my same little granddaughter. She was about 5 or 6 here, I think. And they had gone to a Renaissance festival, and they bought the hat at the Renaissance festival, thinking, I guess, that they would easily be able to get a costume. I think we'll remodel this a little bit. That they would be able to get a dress, because it was around close to Halloween. It was in the fall. And so they would be able to do that, get a Renaissance, a little dress to go with the hat, because they have the hat, right? It's a princess hat type thing. Well, they couldn't find anything, and so her mom asked me, her mom was my stepdaughter, asked me if I would make her, could I make her a dress? And she said, oh, and I'll pay for it. And I'm like, well, because the costume dresses, we're going to just cut this right down. Costume dresses they were looking at Walmart were, I don't know, $20 or $15 or whatever. They were not inexpensive. And I said, well, it's going to cost way more than that to make a dress. And she said, well, how come? And I said, well, you just, there's a lot of layers. There was a lot of layers of tulle and satin and all kinds of stuff on this dress. I mean, a lot of layers of stuff. And I said, so if you really want it, I will be glad to make it, but, I'm not going to charge you for making it. Okay, let's remodel this a little bit more. Just because it's there doesn't mean I have to keep it. So I was able to find the pink that matched the hat. And so this is layered over with tulle or some kind of fabric. I bought the embroidery, Mary Engelbright patch embroidery. That has about 1 million stitches in it. So I made this patch. It says Princess of Quite a Lot. And then also added the stars to it, so that she looked as beautiful as she deserved to look. So there is another one. So we may just kind of collage these together and just let the bottles kind of serve as background information. Anyway, she was adorable. And she's still that way. She's still adorable. All right, so let's look at more of the pictures that I want to bottle here. This little one is the daughter of this one. This is the mommy. This is the little girl. Look how much they look alike. Isn't that something? So there's that one. This happened today. This is the little girl. And this is baby brother, who is 9 months old and is now crawling and trying to pull up and walk now. I know, right? She is adorable. So this is Emily, and that's Liam. This is Emily. So those are her children. This was just a few weeks ago when Race was home. And this is Liam. He's holding Liam. He spent quite a bit of time Lebanon and holding that little baby boy. This is another, I love sunrises and sunsets, so I printed that one out. This was a silly picture of my girls. This is Mommy and Emily. So that's the Mommy right there, then and now. But look at those silly pictures. Don't you love pictures like that? Yeah. This is a picture. Oh, here's a collection of the pictures. Okay, this is taking a picture of pictures. So this was when Christy was all dressed up in this little outfit, and she's modeling. And so she pulled out the sides of her dress so she could show everybody. And this is when she's just in the dress and the pinafore with pink plastic rose buttons, because that's what she liked. And of course there's where she's dressed up with the muff and everything. So that was a scrapbook page that I actually did, and I thought that is too good not to keep. This is a moment when, that's Claus Man right there. And again, I'm taking a picture of a picture. So this was a photograph that I took a picture of. So that's Claus Man wearing who knows what, some kind of outfit that the kids had. And this is Christy and her two older brothers. And this is when Claus Man had his beard. He looked like an Amish guy back then when he had that fringy beard. But that was one of those moments, everybody's smiling and laughing, and it's like, yep, that's a good moment to bottle. Then moving forward in time, this is my daughter-in-law, Izzy, putting makeup on me. And I don't remember why I have that goofy expression on my face, but this is the day I'm getting married, so she is putting makeup on me. Maybe I'm having second thoughts, I don't know. This was the day we got married. Later, this was before and after. So there's that. And then this is Thanksgiving this year. We were at Elton's daughter's house for Thanksgiving, and that was just a very sweet moment. I love the expression on his face. And then this was just a few weeks ago when everybody was here. That's Race, that's my granddaughter, her husband, the little boy, that's Elton, and me. The only one that's not in the picture is Emily, and I guess she was outside or something. I don't know. And then, of course, there's our boy Chance. This was when he was looking good, and we got to remember that and bottle that moment. So somehow we got to put all these pictures on this page. So that's my idea of how to bottle, going through and picking moments that I want to bottle, So let's just see what we can come up with, okay? So those are my moments. So let's see what we can do. I may cut some of them up and I may not. I don't know. We'll just kind of find out here. But these are from the Sprocket, and so these are actually stickers. And this was Christmas of 1996. So I think I probably want to keep that. So you know what we're going to do is I'm just going to start. If I try to work this all out ahead of time, that's it's not going to work. So I'm just going to start putting things in the book. So we're just going to put things in. And I'm going to use, we'll see whether art glitter glue can hold a photograph in. The paper on the back of photographs sometimes is kind of iffy. So we'll find out whether this works. I'm not going to worry too much about getting right to the edges because it could ooze out. So yeah, let's just I just think that is the cutest little, I don't know, that was just such a poignant memory. Yeah, they are happy. Just such a poignant moment in my life with her that proved on down the road to be just prophetic in, 'cause she could not be more my daughter than, hang on just a second, you guys. Hello. I do? Well, I'm streaming. Can I call you back? Call you back? Oh, I'll call you back, okay? Okay, bye. That was Race. He says, "Oh, you sound so much better." He talked to me the other day. When I sounded like I was half dead. He was probably calling to see if I had actually survived. Anyway, my stepdaughter, the mother of Christy, died in 2020. So she is fully mine. She is fully mine. Okay, so we have that. Let's I think that this one is probably going to go right about here, but let's see what else we can put together here. Mommy and Emily and Miss Emily. Let's put Miss Emily right up here because she looks so much like her mommy. I think we'll put her right up there. At first, I was going to try to make these pictures fit inside the bottles. And then I thought, I have too many. I have too many of these wonderful moments. So I would rather have the moments than, I would rather just have the moments than to have them fit inside a shape, you know? There he is. Give him heck, you guys. Here he is. Upsetting the stream. Yeah. Give him heck, you guys. Okay, so what else do we want to put here? Let's see. So we're going to put this one right here, I think. So these are moments that we're gonna bottle. Let's put another picture up here. How about let's put this one up here, because since Race just popped in and upset the whole apple cart, let's just put this one up here. If I can get it off the backing. Okay, so there's Race with Liam, little Liam guy, who thought his Uncle Rick was pretty cool. Now, the one moment that I did not print out was when we caught the cat in the glue trap, but that's okay. We'll go without that. Okay, let's stick this one in here. This happened to this very day. She sent this picture to me today, and I said, "Well, what have you all been doing today?" She said, "Most of the day today we've been outside playing in the dirt." outside playing in dirt. And I said, you know what? That is a great thing to do. Play in the dirt. Okay, so let's bottle this moment up here. Yep. Sunrise. Oh, I see. I see. That's tricky, Ruth. You're trying to get Race's phone number out of him. That's pretty cool, right? That's pretty tricky, Miss Ruth. Sunrise. This was in Colorado. Let's put this silly picture of Claus Man and the kids maybe right there. Or maybe here. Yeah, maybe here with the kids. Okay. Let me just see where else I can put these in. Maybe we can put this one here and here and let's see. We'll bottle this moment right here, or we can bottle this moment. Yeah, we'll do this one right here. And then I got 2 more pictures and we'll figure it out. Okay, so let's do, maybe we'll do this like this. Okay, let's go for it. Let's start sticking them in. I see he didn't, he is a great little guy. He's so sweet. He's crawling everywhere now and pulling up, trying to walk. Goodness, he's getting too big. But, you know, that's okay. It's okay. We want him to be big. This is my beautiful daughter-in-law, Izzy. That's Race's wife. This is October 13th, 2024. That's this day right here. Let's see if we can fit this one here. Maybe we'll do this here. And then we have Chance that we'll squeeze him in here somewhere. All right, so we're gonna put this one. So this was Thanksgiving. I need to come back in here tonight before I forget this and date all these pictures. Okay, let's stick this right in here. Let's cut this off. We don't need all that extra. I don't know when this picture was done, but the kids were really small. They are all grown and have families of their own. This little girl right here is this little girl's mommy. That's her little girl. Yep. Mommy, daughter. There's the mommy right there. I know. They all grow up so quickly, don't they? All right, so let's see if we can scooch that. We just scooch that right in there. And now we have a Chance and Chance cat. And I think, where should we put him? Okay, we're going to scooch him right in here underneath Race and Liam. And right there. And then we're going to take this one, and I think we will put this picture right like that. That'll work. It'll work. I know. Beautiful bottled memories, right? Don't you think that is a good exercise? And I didn't spend a lot of time thinking about this. I just went through my phone, and I had a couple of actual, photographs, and I just picked out the ones that stood out to me, today, and printed them off. I'm trying to put the pen back in the glue. There we go. Okay, let's see if we can get this back in here now. Kind of where I thought it would go. There we go. That couldn't have worked out much better if we tried. Couldn't have worked out too much better. Yeah. Okay, so short of going through and putting dates or captions or a couple of notes on there, you can't really see the bottles anymore, but I'm good with that. This will be a good place to do a title. Okay. I don't know about you, but I love that. Okay, Starla, good to see you. Good to see you. I hope you get to feeling better very soon. Okay, so I'm going to put a piece of paper in here. On the off chance that some glue might squeeze out for some reason. And if you're game, if you guys are game, we will go through and see if we can collage who this book belongs to on here. You want to do that? If you do, I think I can put my hands on actually on some letters. Let's see, what else was I going to show you? I just noticed that I had these hanging out over here. Let me know in the chat if you want me to do that. These were little books from, this was a prototype book of some kind. I have, it's another one of those things that I have in my life. I have a million different samples. Yes, a million different samples. And I haven't been able to make myself throw them away yet. Clearly, these are all the same. I think this might have been, this is where I was making a book cover. And this was I think this was I can't remember what the size of the, anyway, it doesn't matter. I should not talk. I should just, so these were my test ones that I was working out, and the one that was the end result. Sweet little book. I love little books. And then look at these. Look at these little books. These were origami books, and so let's see, it was done this way. So these were origami books. This was folded out of, I think, deli paper. So that's one. This is actual origami paper. As I recall, it's one sheet of origami paper, and see, it opens up, so you have extra pages and stuff, I do remember that this was a total pain to figure out. But it's a tiny, tiny little folded book. And then on some of these, I glued some of the pages down, so that they didn't flip open. So I didn't have the flippy flaps on them. And here's another one. So you could either have the flip outs so you can either have the flip out pages, or you can glue them down so that they stay folded or stay as a book, as opposed to this one where they would fold out. So anyway, but aren't those the cutest book? That's a 6x6 page of origami paper. I just totally enjoy figuring out stuff like that. Now, once I figure, the funny part is though, once I figure it out, I have to, one of the reasons I keep all this stuff is because I have to be able to go back and reference it. Because I do a ton of different stuff. And because I do all these different kinds of things, I end up having to go back and look at my own videos and stuff, and my own class notes and stuff, so I can remember how I did it. Okay, let me get my letters and we'll collage my name. Okay, so here is my box of words and phrases. I have collected phrases and quotes for a long time. Ooh, that was probably really loud. So we'll just get out the two packets. We don't need the rest of those. We'll just get out these two packets and we'll see what we can come up with and make kind of a ransom note style name who this book belongs to. Okay? There's an A right off the bat. There's an A. Let's just pull out, these are words, so I'm assuming that within the words there are also just random letters. I can't sort of, not entirely sure, because it's been a minute since I looked through here. So we need some letters, man. We need some letters. Okay. Wings, smile. See, that it's going to be hard to cut these apart, I gotta say. All right, we'll just, it's okay. Close your eyes and cut, man. Close your eyes. Okay, there's a B, A. All right, here's an R. I'll trim these out a little bit better. I'm looking. B-A-R. There's another R. So in case we like this R better, we'll have choices. All right, need another B. You guys should be here so you can help me There's a little B, but that's little. I don't think that's okay. How about on these? I bet we can find something on these months. Here's one. Okay, so there's a B, and maybe, let's see. We have another A. Yeah, how about this A instead? It's always good to have choices, you know? So there's an A. Do we have any other bigger B's? Let's find out. There's a fancy bee. Yeah, maybe we're okay. Maybe we should call it good and just go for it, huh? What do you think? It would just be nice to have like some fancy, nice bee here for the beginning. Too bad you guys aren't here. I should use this. I should put the word smile in there because that is something that Elton tells me all the time. He says, be sure and smile. He has a wonderful smile. All right, I don't see any more single letters here. So let's just move all this over. Turn the fancy P into a B. It's easier to turn a fancy P into a fancy B into a P than it is the other way around, though, right? I think we'll be fine. I think we're fine. Okay, let's just move all that goodness over there. Okay. So let's cut out some letters. And let's also come in here and let's take this word. Since that is one of Elton's favorite words, I didn't do a very good job with that at all. Let's try that again. I feel like I was watching Janet M. Young today, and she said something about, I didn't see a whole lot of her stream, but I saw part of it, the recording, and she said something about how she was not good at fussy cutting. And I'm like, I think right now I can relate to that. But I think that's the cool part about a journal like this. If you don't get too whacked out about, oh, it's got to be perfect, then you won't miss the fun and the joy of just going with the flow. Okay, there's the L, and we're gonna cut the I out all at once. Maybe I'll separate the dot off of the I before I glue it on, but if I separate that before I do, that'll be a mess. I was looking today I need some storage solutions for under the bathroom remodeling is finally done. And I need a storage solution for underneath the vanities. Because otherwise it just, it just wastes all the space. Anyway, so I went to town and I was looking all around to see what kinds of solutions they had. They don't have a lot of solutions for such a crazy situation as I was trying to. Now, as soon as I give up and stop looking, then something will show up. That's how that goes, right? I kind of found some stuff on Amazon, but I kind of like to buy it in person. Anybody have any suggestions as to where you can get decent storage that goes under a sink type thing? He practices trust. He does trust and estate planning. Slide out 2-tier organizer. I saw some of those at Target today. And actually I took pictures of them. So that was kind of the solution I had come to also. We have Home Goods. And I went in there and looked, and I didn't find anything in Home Goods. It's a brand new one. IKEA, we don't have an IKEA. Do they have stuff online? Does IKEA have online shopping? Because I don't even know. There's an IKEA several hours away. All right, which R do we want? I think this one. That's a good idea. I hadn't thought of IKEA. Yes, they do. Okay. Yeah, Target was where I found the 2-tier ones that kind of slid out, and I thought, that's what I want, is something that slides out that I don't have to, that would be my preference. But anyway, trying to organize my life. It is don't you know, it's the thing that we all struggle with forever, is how to organize our lives. Don't you think? All right, do we want that A or do we want this A? I think we want this A. Let's use this one. But what I found is if you have places for everything, it sure makes life easier when you're picking stuff up. You love to organize. Yeah, I've had to do a lot of it here, that's for sure. That's for sure. When you're trying to combine two households from long existing relationships, marriages, boy, oh boy, it is a challenge. It is definitely a challenge. Okay, so this book belongs to, I need a clip. All right. Hi, Becky. You've been lurking, trying to learn to knit? Oh, that's funny. Okay, let us glue these in here. Good enough. I think that'll work. I'm going to find my glue stick. I think that will work to do that. I need my glue paper. And we're just going to kind of stick these in and not worry about whether they're straight. Wonky is good, don't you think? Takes the pressure off if you can allow yourself to be a little wonky in your life. That's true. If I find something better, I can glue it on top of what's already there. That is a good point. That's a great point. I probably won't, but it's a great point. Because if I get it down to start with, that's probably the best thing for me, is just get it on the page. So we're just going to let this be kind of a ransom letter kind of style. I may true these up just a hair, not much, but if I was really into a little more perfection, I would back these. I would glue them onto cardstock and then cut them out with cardstock. But you know what? That's not happening. Nope, that is not happening. Let's do this one, skinny this up just a hair more. Then the next thing is, once these letters are all skinny, can I get them glued in here without making them flip over and glue themselves together? Yeah. So I think I told you that I told you guys I would be here this Monday and this coming Friday and a week from today. And then I'm going to be gone for a couple of weeks again. But I will be here. As I said, I'll be back on Friday afternoon and next Monday night. Oop, see, I just ripped it, but let's see if we can. Okay, let's see if we can get her glued in place. And okay, there we go. All right. All right, and let's put this M on here. I would probably have been miles ahead if I had just glued this in as the word and not trying to trim it all out. But now that I've already set the precedent, guess what? I'm going to have to do it. When Barb first invited herself into my crazy life, she was one of my favorite clients. Yeah. Don't believe everything that you read in the chat, people. Don't believe everything you read in the chat. Elton has his own interpretation of most things. All right, close enough. All right, let's see if we can get some glue on this. Lawyers are not known for their ability to always tell the truth, I've noticed. I think it's situational ethics sometimes. I think it's situational. Okay. Let's see if we can get this I on here. Well, first of all, I got to see if I can respell the word, put the word back together, you know? He does have a way with expressing himself. The gift of gab. Okay, and so we have an I. Then we have to somehow get that little polka dot, the I dot, on here. By the time I get done, I'm going to have so much glue stuck to my hands. Tomorrow I have to go to the dentist. Ugh. Can I get some sympathy? Not only do I have to go to the dentist, I have to drive an hour to get there. I know. That's what happens when you go to a small town dentist that has a practice an hour away. But we started going to him a long time ago, and so yeah. So I have a good long while to think about it as I'm traversing the state to get there. I probably should have cut that off better, but you know what? It is what it is, kiddo. It is what it is. We'll come back and we'll add some details. We will. We'll add some glue, or we'll add some pin work or something. Make it look a little wonky on purpose instead of wonky just because I didn't cut it out very well. All right, we have an E. We have an E. Hopefully tomorrow the only thing that will do is clean my teeth. That would be great. Going to the dentist is not my favorite thing to do. Does anybody here enjoy going to the dentist? Can't imagine. Can't imagine anybody enjoys it. All right, that's good enough. It's good enough. Okay, so I have managed to spell the word smile. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a pen here in just a second, and we're going to do some funky outlines around it, because I think we should. Tell you what, my hands are getting so full of glue now that everything's sticking to me. You love your dentist, but you don't like going? Yeah. That's pretty much the same thing. I love my dentist. He's a good guy. Known him for a long time. Known him since their youngest kid was a baby, and she's now a mother. I'm like, when did that happen? Okay, there you go. We have managed to stick the letters on there. Okay. Let me get rid of the glue papers so that I don't stick my hand in them. I will deal with all of the words and all of that stuff in a minute. Is there any quote that I need to put in here just because? Oh, here we go. I mean, this is fortuitous, right? So we're just going to rip this out. Perhaps this is why Elton says what he does to me. Warning, smiles are contagious. Let's put it right up there. That's great, Hermie. All right, let's put this right up here because we can, because it's my book. I can put up there whatever I want. That was right on top on in my quote. Let's see if we can fit this one in here too. Let's see if this will fit. Can we just fit that right over that? I bet we can. I keep putting my glue stick away. Give yourself something else to think about. That's probably a good idea. Claus Man would go to the dentist, and he didn't like having, he didn't like getting over the after effects from anesthetic. And so he had, most of the time, he would have the dentist do all the work without anesthetic. I thought he was crazy, but yeah. No, thank you. Okay, we'll call that good, okay? We'll stop looking at this stuff. And let me get my, let me get a pen, and then let's outline this just to do it. Okay. That's just a matte paper, so it should work with whatever pen I have here. We'll see. This is a King Art red. I don't know what size it is. 05. Okay, I'm going to stick something under here so that I can lean on it. And let's just do some outlining, yeah, let's just outline it. Because if it looks wonky, make it wonkier. Okay. And then while we're at it, let's just take this red pen and just embellish inside the letter a little bit. So I hope you are having, in the northern hemisphere, I hope you're enjoying the spring as it's beginning to show itself to us. It was a really beautiful day today with the sunshine, and the sunrise this morning was amazing. I love the spring. I love the fall also, but I particularly love the spring when everything is starting to wake up and you get to just see the amazing rebirth of everything. I just love that. All right, so we got some polka dots on there, and I don't know, maybe we can, what is this? I don't know what this is. Some kind of a, what is this? Oh, Lumicolor. Just add another little layer of color. I went into a store today called Five Below. I hadn't been in one of those for a while. I wasn't terribly impressed. But then I'm not real big on the dollar store either. Dollar Tree. The ones that are here are so messy. Like, you walk into them and they're just, I don't know. They strike me as being filthy. I don't know if they really are or not, but Five Below it's brand new, but it sure didn't seem like it had very much inventory for whatever reason. Okay, so we kind of polka dotted it up. And then I think just for grins, maybe we should outline it again. Because the messier, the better, I think. The messier, the better. And then when you look at it, it has to make you smile, doesn't it? And then what about if we embellish around these just a little bit? I didn't even check to see if this goes through. Yeah, not really. Okay, we're good. So did any of you work on the collage pages tonight? Just curious. Not that you have to. Just curious whether you did. All right, so messy doodling around, just adding a little bit of stuff to just sort of anchor the things that I added, anchor those to the page a little bit. My computer keeps going to sleep, and then every time it does that, crazy. I have to put my password back in. Craziness. Okay. And then let's come in here and color in the spaces. And then we're going to call it a night because we've made it. My voice has held out, and we made it all the way to after 7 or after 8 o'clock. So this book belongs to Barb. That's me. In case you didn't know, and I'm very glad that you joined me tonight. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for walking down memory lane with me. And just hanging out and having a good time. And as usual, at the end of a stream, everything's a big fat mess over here, but you know, that's the way that goes. And the other page we did was this one, which was, do you ever wish you could bottle a moment? So the bottles are in the background, and I may go in and doodle some bottles around the page also. And then over here we finished up this one, which is need a helping head, a lot on your mind, fill the heads with stuff. And so we filled the heads with good vibes inside, and a carved face peeking out, some flowers and butterflies, because you can't have too many of those. A nice pensive looking face with a butterfly hairdo, because you can't have too many butterflies. A purple cow, just because. And then here, write your way to well-being. A 20-minute practice can make you happier, healthier, and more resilient. So with my favorite image in the world, which is hands, and other than butterflies, hands. And then we added the big doll heads, cut them right off the bodies from the dolls, the life-size dolls that I did years and years and years and years ago. Anyway, hey Deborah. Okay, you guys, I am going to call it a night, and I'll be back on Friday afternoon at 2 p.m. Eastern. Remember, the time has changed. In case you live in a place where time doesn't change, our time changed and went ahead by an hour. So I will be here on Friday. Until then, as always, remember to get creative today. Do something nice for somebody else. Do something unexpected and kind for somebody else. You will be glad you did. It will make their day, and it will make you feel better also. So until next time, I will see you before you know it. Have a good rest of your day, evening, whatever, and I'll see you before you know it. Bye for now.